Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janelle and I love making college related content and just lifestyle vlogs. So if you're interested in that, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I'm going to talk about the differences between undergrad versus grad school. I do want to say that you don't have to get your graduate degree right after your undergraduate degree. A lot of people, right when they're done with their bachelor's, they take like a year or a couple of years off and then decide to go to grad school, and that's fine. Some people go straight to it, props to you. But for me, I took a 2-year break before I decided to go to grad school. Let's start into, I do want to say, when I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. Also, before I start this video, everything I say in this video are 100% my own opinions and are just based on my experiences. I'm just going to talk about like the 5 differences between undergrad versus grad school, and this is what I think are like the main differences. There are probably way more, but I'm just gonna talk about the 5 differences. The first one is the length of the program and the type of degree. So in undergrad, it consists of 2 different degrees. One is an associate's degree, which is a 2-year degree, and a bachelor's degree, which is typically the 4 years of college. So an undergraduate degree is what you get after high school, but when you graduate and get your bachelor's and you decide to further your education, that is called grad school. Most grad programs require that you have a bachelor's degree before you even apply. When you get to grad school, you're either working on your master's or your PhD, depending on your school, depending on what you're interested in. It depends on you. So a master's degree typically lasts for 2 to 3 years, depending on the program, school, and a doctorate, your PhD, takes about 5 to 7 years. Again, this all depends on your program, your school. Number 2, second difference is the required courses. In undergrad, you are learning like the basics about your major, but there are classes, especially like your freshman and sophomore year, that you would have to take that don't really relate to your major. And these are called general courses or gen eds. For example, if you're majoring in psychology, some schools require you to take language classes such as like Spanish, French, just any languages in order for you to finish your bachelor's degree, even though it doesn't really relate to your major. But in grad school, you're taking specific courses that's more specific to your specialty, and it's only specific to the field of your study. So number 3 is more freedom when it comes to switching subjects, major in undergrad. In undergrad, you can change your major 2 or 3 times, even more than that. You can change it if you want to. In grad school though, you can't do that. You can't switch majors, you can't do that. Because grad school is more specific to the field of your study, it's more like a specialty degree. For example, I'm in grad school to get my teaching credentials, master's of teaching, but if I want to change and go and get my master's in social work, I can't do that unless I drop out and reapply to the specific program and do the whole application and admission process all over. Or my other option is to finish my master's in teaching and then do the whole application process and try to get into a social work master's program. But to me, that's a lot of work and a lot of money. People do it though, and that's fine. That's their life, and it really depends on what you think is best for you. Number 4 is the differences in the entrance exam and the application requirements. So to get accepted in an undergrad, getting your associate's or bachelor's, there are still specific entrance exams that you have to take. It really depends on the university that you're planning on applying to. So those are like the SATs, ACTs. The schools are also looking at your high school GPA or just your overall GPA, even if you transfer schools. And some universities are looking for like a letter of recommendation. Again, it all depends on what school you're planning on applying to get into a grad program. Depending on what you're applying to, again, you might have to take the GRE, which is the general entrance exam for grad school. But each program is different. For example, if you're planning on getting your master's master's in business or like just some MBA program, some programs require students to take the GMAT, which is the entrance exam to get into like a business grad school program. So if you're planning on going to law school, you have to take an exam called the LSAT. Yeah, this all depends on what you're going for, program you're applying to. So always check the your requirement when you're applying for grad school. Another difference between undergrad versus grad school, I know that in grad school you have to, one of the requirements during the admission process is to do an interview. Okay, number 5, the last one, class size and expectations in undergrad versus grad school. So depending on the school, undergrad class sizes are typically larger. If you've ever been in like a general biology class or a freshman math class, you'll notice how large those classes are. In grad school though, they only let a certain amount of people in the program. Some programs will accept only 20 students out of like the hundreds or thousands of applicants. It all depends on the program and how competitive it is. Grad programs are usually smaller and more intimate because the professors are working and interacting more with the students. And yeah, some programs, students would have to work with the professors and do research with them. In undergrad, professors aren't really going to care whether you show up to class or not. I guess it depends on the professor. If a professor has like 30, 50 plus students, they're not going to bother or think about where you're at if you're skipping. In grad school, professors are like your friends. If you're not in class, they'll text or call you and be like, hey, where are you? Because usually, like I said before, grad schools are smaller. They have small cohort classes. So most of the time, the professors will know your name instead of like just the number. They also have really high expectations and they expect you to be in class every time. They expect more when it comes to projects, homework, or your research papers. You can literally get coffee or grab a beer with your professors in grad school and just talk about your research or just hang out. Grad school isn't like undergrad. If you're not showing up to classes and you're always on your phone and you're not really doing the work and yeah, you're just not participating in class discussions, you're going to look bad. You may have lost your chances in opportunities when it comes to getting your future job. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're in grad school. Always try your best, work harder than you did in undergrad. And just, because the professors in the field, in the specific field that you're in, they're gonna know people, and when other places are hiring, the professors will probably think of you. If you show them that you're a really good student, a really good person, and you really care, then that professor will probably recommend you and maybe get that job. But yeah, that's about it. If you're interested in like other things relating to college, grad school, high school, please comment them below, or you could email me. My email is always in the description box below. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you guys next time.